Hey, what's going on, guys? And today I wanted to do a video review for the Midea EasyCool 5000 BTU air conditioner. So there's actually a few things I'm going to cover in this video. I'm going to go through the actual installation of the AC, then I'll show you a demo of this actually turned on. I'll go through some of the options, and I'm also going to show you the manual and some of the accessories that it came with. So let's first off talk about the installation. Inside the packaging you have a few things. There's actually these left and right kind of accordion pieces that you can install on the sides of the windows. So this is obviously going to prevent bugs and things like that from coming in. You have two holes on each side at the top here that you can basically screw in, so these won't come in for any reason if you were to move this. Additionally, this actually comes with a seal kit. I decided not to install this for now because I may be moving this to another room. But you do have a nice seal kit here and some accessories for mounting the AC, so it's not going to necessarily fall out of the windows easy, as opposed to just using the bar here along the top. Out of the box, you do have to install the bar inside of this. There's basically a metal bar that has 4 screws that you just have to put in. Super simple. And when installing the accordions, there's 4 little divot pieces that kind of stick out. You can kind of see them here where my finger is pointing. And there's a long plastic piece that just slides down into each side, and then once you've done that, you have a piece that goes into the very bottom here, kind of an opening for the bottom side. So it all stays very secure. In terms of operating this and some of the functions, you have a few different settings here. It just shows the temperature, and there's a dial. So you can go all the way from setting of 1 all the way to 7, 1 being the minimum, 7 being the max. I'd say like a good, average might be like between like a 6 and a 5, or maybe somewhere thereabouts, if you want to just keep the room at like a decent temperature, but you're not going to get an exact readout of the actual temperature in the room. Beyond that, you have pretty much 4 settings for the fan. You can have it set to off, which it is now. You have your low fan, low cool, high cool, and high fan. So if you just want the fan running, you can do that without the actual AC running. I'm going to go through and I'll demo both of these. Before I do that, I wanted to show here, you have a kind of a menu, it's like a little nub that kind of sticks out here. You can just maneuver this back and forth. So if maybe you want more air, in this case we have a bed here, we might want more air coming towards us while we're laying in bed, or maybe it's too much, you could face it the other way. You also have a standard filter here on the side, so this basically pops out, and over time this will collect dust. You could just run this through like a sink, something like that, clean it off, wipe it down, let it dry, and then put it back in and you're good to go. Other than that, it's fairly basic. You do have on the actual power switch here, there's a reset button and a test button, and if it's on, you'll see a green light. So for any reason, maybe you were to flip a breaker because you get too much power, you can go back and hit this button and it will basically reset the breaker inside of this. I do recommend as well, if you're going to be running an AC, you probably have it plugged into the wall like I do here, as opposed to using like an extension cord or something like that. So let's go ahead and do a little demo. I'm going to go ahead and right now it's set to 5. I'm going to do the fan mode first. And you can see the fan will just spin up in the back. And it gets going pretty quick. You can see it's kind of moving my shade piece here. And right now it's not super, it's probably about 65 to 68 degrees out right now, and there's some really nice air coming through this now. If we go to low cool, this will kick on the AC in a second. In fact, I'll put it to high so it comes on a little quicker. So now you can hear this really kicked up. And it's not really making any noise. You don't hear any like vibrations, anything like that. I've got this thing kind of hitting the window, but other than that, there's no like humming or buzzing or anything like that. You just hear the fan, right? So easy enough and simple. If we want to tone this down, I can set the cooling down lower. And right now, obviously, it's going to be a little hotter in here just because we haven't had it running. High fan mode, pretty much the same as what you're expecting from high cool, and obviously you'll hear the condenser kick on when you're in cooling mode. So overall, I'm pretty happy with this. I think if you're looking to cool a small room, this is going to work really well. Overall, this room here, as an example, this is basically a small room. You can see the doors here, the other walls here. This is like an 8 feet by 10 feet room, so something like this is going to work perfectly fine. If you have maybe like a master bedroom, you might want to consider something that's a little larger. You might want to consider going to the 8,000 BTU. And if you're cooling a very large space, something like a family room or a downstairs area where there's a lot of open areas, you might want to consider something that's like a 9,000 or higher for BTU. Overall, if you've got a small room, this should do just fine, but I don't recommend it for something that's going to be like an open space like family room where you're going to need a lot of cooling. Overall, very happy with the unit, and it was very easy to set up. And the cooling on it seems great, not too loud, and very small as well, easy to move around, maneuver between rooms if you ever need to do that. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you found the video helpful.